Welcome back, family, to Nation of Glory, where we don't just tell stories, we live them with you. Grab your coffee, turn the lights down a little, and let me take you on a ride tonight, because this one is special. This is the story of a little girl from a small town who was told 1,000 times that her dreams were too big, but she kept dreaming anyway, until the entire world had no choice but to call her name. This is the story of Taylor Grado, the woman the world now knows as Jacy Jayne. Picture this: a quiet street in Schenectady, New York. Snow on the ground half the year, kids playing street hockey, and one tiny girl with pigtails who refused to play with dolls. Instead, she's in the living room, jumping off the couch, practicing dropkicks on pillows, screaming, "This is my finisher." While her poor mom is just trying to watch her soaps in peace. Her dad, a blue-collar guy who worked 60-hour weeks, comes home one day and finds his 8-year-old daughter has taped a wrestling ring on the carpet with masking tape. He doesn't laugh. He kneels down, looks her dead in the eyes, and says, "If you're gonna do this, baby girl, you do it for real. No halfway." That was the moment. That was the spark. Fast forward a few years. Taylor is 12, sneaking downstairs at 2 in the morning to watch old VHS tapes of Trish Stratus, Lita, and Chyna. She's writing their moves in a spiral notebook like it's homework. She's telling every teacher, every friend, every stranger at the grocery store, "I'm going to be a WWE superstar." And you know what they told her? "Girls don't do that. Pick something realistic. Wrestling is fake anyway." But every time someone told her no, that little fire inside her just burned hotter. At 15, she found Create a Wrestler Pro Wrestling School in upstate New York, an old warehouse that smelled like sweat and hope. The first day she walked in, the boys laughed. She was 5 feet 5 inches, maybe, 115 pounds soaking wet. The trainer told her straight up, "You're too small, kid. Go be a cheerleader." She looked him in the eye and said, "Put me in the ring. 5 minutes. If I don't impress you, I'll leave." 5 minutes turned into 5 years. She trained 6 days a week after school, worked weekends at a pizza shop to pay for it, came home with black eyes and busted lips, and her mom would just hand her frozen peas and say, "You still happy?" Taylor would smile through a swollen face and say, "Happiest I've ever been." By 18, she's wrestling indie shows in VFW halls and high school gyms for $50 and a hot dog. She's driving 6 hours each way in a beat-up Honda Civic with no heat, sleeping in her car because motels cost too much. She's getting concussed more times than she can count, tearing her ACL at 20, doctors telling her she might never wrestle again. But every single time life knocked her down, she got back up smiling, that same smile her dad saw when she was 8. Because this wasn't just a dream anymore. It was oxygen. Then 2018 hits. WWE holds a tryout in Florida. 400 people show up. Triple H, William Regal, Canyon Ceman, all the big names are there. Taylor has one chance, one 3-minute match to show everything she's bled for. She steps through that curtain, heart pounding so hard she can hear it in her ears, and something magical happens. The second her music hits, it's like the last 15 years of pain disappear. She wrestles like someone possessed, like every doubter is standing in that ring with her. When the final bell rings, the entire building is on its feet, and Triple H is clapping. Clapping. She gets the call 2 weeks later. "Taylor, welcome to WWE." She moves to Orlando with 2 suitcases and a heart full of gratitude. NXT becomes her new home. They give her a new name, Jacy Jayne, and pair her with Gigi Dolan to form Toxic Attraction, one of the most dangerous, most beautiful, most hated factions women's wrestling has ever seen. Mandy Rose is the leader, Jacy and Gigi is the enforcers, leather jackets, attitude for days, and a chemistry that made fans either love them or want to throw their drinks at the TV. And Jacy. She finally felt like she belonged. But glory never comes without cost. February 2023, live on NXT, Jacy goes for a dive to the outside, lands wrong, and her leg folds in a way legs are never supposed to fold. The arena goes silent. Gigi is crying. Mandy is frozen. Jacy is stretchered out, and the entire wrestling world thinks, that's it. Her career is over. Doctors say broken tibia, torn ligaments, a year minimum recovery. Jacy hears, year, and says, "See you in 6 months." She posts one video from the hospital bed, tears in her eyes, but fire in her voice, "I'm not done. I didn't come this far to only come this far." She rehabs like a woman possessed, posts every grueling step on Instagram, turns her pain into motivation for every little girl watching who's ever been told she's too small, too broken, too anything. In 6 months, almost to the day, she walks back through that NXT curtain. The pop is deafening. Fans are crying. Gigi is crying. Even the announcers can't talk. Jacy just stands there, arms out, soaking it in, whispering to herself, I told you I wasn't done. Since coming back, Jacy Jayne has been on an absolute tear. She and Gigi are chasing the WWE Women's Tag Team titles again. She's cutting promos that give you goosebumps, wrestling matches that steal the show every single week. She's become the veteran now, the one of the leaders in that NXT locker room, mentoring the new girls, telling them the same thing her dad told her. If you're gonna do this, you do it for real. And the most beautiful part. She's still Taylor from Schenectady. She still answers every DM from kids who feel too small for their dreams. She still calls her mom after every match. She still cries when she talks about how proud her dad would have been. He passed a few years ago, but she knows he's watching every single time that music hits. So why am I telling you this story tonight? Because some of you watching right now feel stuck. Some of you have been told no so many times you're starting to believe it. Some of you are rehabbing an injury, a heartbreak, a failure that feels like it broke you in half. And I need you to hear Jacy Jayne's story and remember, the size of your dream doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is how willing you are to get up one more time than you get knocked down. Taylor Grado didn't become Jacy Jayne because she was the biggest, the strongest, or the loudest. She became Jacy Jayne because she refused to let the word, no, be the end of her story. And if she can go from a taped-up living room ring in upstate New York to standing in the center of the WWE universe, then whatever you're dreaming of right now. It's not too big. It's just waiting for you to decide you're worth fighting for. So here's to Jacy Jayne, the girl who turned every, you can't, into, watch me. Here's to every single one of you still fighting in your own ring, because your comeback is coming too. If this story moved you even a little, do me a favor, hit that like button so YouTube knows to show it to someone else who needs it tonight. Drop a comment and tell me who your wrestling hero is, or better yet, tell me what dream you're still chasing. And if you're new here, subscribe and ring that bell, because Nation of Glory is where we celebrate the fighters, dreamers, and comeback kings and queens every single week. I love you guys. Thank you for letting me tell this story with you tonight. I'll see you in the next one. This is Nation of Glory, and we out. Peace.